about?
You know, as you say, when you're a book eater, you think about, oh my God, I really want to get them out of the pages, but I was not sure how to do that. So for a while I was like, is there a magical door? You know, do they step out of the pages like tiny characters? And then I thought, no, it's the human voice. When you read aloud, the story comes alive. And then everything was very easy.
And I heard that you had Brendan Fraser in mind when you wrote this character.
Yes.
So did you know, how did it come about that he was actually cast in the movie? Did you go to him and
By then I knew him because I had sent an English copy to him when it was done as a thank you to say, okay, if you ever read this to your children, tell them you made the pages breathe because I stole from you. I sometimes do that because I don't know actors. It's much less dangerous than friends and relatives, you know. So he was very gracious about it. He visited us and we became friends. And then suddenly there was the idea of a movie and I said, Brendan, do you want to play it? And he said, of course. So it was quite easy, yes.
Well, I play a character from 1001 Arabian Nights. So I fall out of that book into this movie. And I'm essentially like a real-life Aladdin almost. I wouldn't call it Aladdin, but, you know, my costume, my hair. And, you know, back home I would be associated with the 40 Thieves. I'm not into fantasy. I don't like watching fantasy, but I'm into working with wonderful people and having a wonderful time and trying to do the best job I can do and working with a wonderful script, which is exactly what this is. And a matter of fact, as much as I hate fantasy, a wonderful book as well. One thing I can say is that if I was to go into a book, I would go into Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak and be Max and float away on my little boat to where the wild things are and be the king.
It was Toto that made Dorothy laugh. He was a little black dog with long silky hair. Toto! You're gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, I play Maggie Fulchart, who is the daughter of Mo, who's played by Brendan Fraser. And no, it's sort of about this journey that they go on because they both have the ability that when they read aloud from books, people go into them and people go out to them. And so it's sort of a magic adventure where we're trying to find my mum who went into a book and escaped from the bad guys. And it was so much fun. We had so many scenes where like tornadoes and everything. It was so much fun to shoot. And working with someone like Brendan was incredible. He's so funny, and by the end of the shoot, and at the moment going through all the publicity stuff, he feels like my dad at times. He's like overprotective about boys and talks about, so no, he's great to work with. One of my favorite scenes to shoot was actually one of the first things we did, which was the tornado scene, and we filmed it in Italy in this incredible little village. And we shot like these massive, we had huge wind turbines that was like blowing us all over the place. We had fake rubble everywhere and we were like running, and it felt like we were doing the scene for real. We didn't kind of CGI wind, we used real wind and stuff, so that was really fun.
I love this world. Telephones, guns. What's that sticky stuff called?
Duct tape?
Yes, duct tape. I love duct tape.
He's read out of a book, yeah? So he comes from a medieval world in the book, and he's nothing. He's a nobody. He lives in the woods. He stinks. He dresses in rags, basically. And he's a gopher for an overlord called the Adderhead. But when he gets read out of the book and comes into this world, he discovers he loves it. You know, he adores it and everything it has to offer, the material gains, and he begins to become power hungry, and he gets himself a small army and he finds a ramshackled old village and then makes it into his fortress. And he becomes deluded and you know, goes on this sort of mad delusional journey of thinking he's this king of a very small empire. Really, I have played normal guys. It's just, I suppose, in the last few years, you know, after Lord of the Rings, there's been, you know, I've started working in performance capture. You know, developing characters, digital characters performed by an actor, and that's taken me on a particular journey. But I do, you know, I have played lots of extreme characters. I mean, recently I played Albert Einstein, and I played Vincent van Gogh, so I completely hear what you're saying, but equally I've done some low-budget British films where they've just been kind of family guys, or, you know, guys struggling with life, you know, in the normal sort of way. So I mean, it's all a big mixture.